Hello everybody and welcome to the Apple Autos YouTube channel. In today's video I took a used vehicle off of our lot. This is our 2008 Dodge Challenger SRT first edition with only 27,000 miles on it. In today's video I'm going to go ahead and go over why I think this Dodge Challenger is going to appreciate in value over time. We're going to take a quick look at it and talk about a brief history on the Dodge Challenger. Before I get into the history on the Dodge Challenger, like I brought up, this vehicle I took off of our lot. This is currently for sale at Apple Valley Ford in Lincoln. If you guys are interested in this beautiful example of a 27,000 mile 08 first edition SRT Challenger, you can check it out on our website down in the link on the description below. Now, the Dodge Challenger came out in 1969 for a 1970 model year debut, and it was pretty much the coolest muscle car on the road. It made buttloads of power out of its legendary Hemi engine. That was very severely underrated in power, by the way. It was nowhere near the claims, and there was all sorts of amazing legendary street racing stories like the Black Ghost and other really cool things that just made the Challenger almost have a cult-like following for that motor that it had under the hood. It was an amazing muscle car of the 70s era, and later on in the 70s it ended up going away because of the gas crisis, and we thought the Challenger was gone for good. In the 2007-2008 time frame, they released this, the new Dodge Challenger. This was it. It was finally back, and it was a really big deal. Now, sales weren't going too well from 2008 to about 2014, and we almost thought that the Challenger was going to be gone yet again. It wasn't necessarily the fastest car on the road when compared to the Mustang and the Camaro. A lot of people didn't thoroughly enjoy its looks, and it was kind of heavy. However, it was still an amazing performance car, which I personally think looks really good, that in the early years had a 6.1 liter like this one has, very reliable, very healthy horsepower numbers that came out of it. The 425 horsepower that the 6.1 liter produced was nothing compared to what Dodge had in mind, however. Because the Challenger wasn't doing well in sales, we all thought it was going to go away, but Dodge had a trick up their sleeves. They were planning on putting out a like 650 or 680 horse, I think it was, vehicle at the time, and that was insane. But all of a sudden, Dodge got word that Shelby was putting out a 660 horsepower Ford Mustang, the 2014 Shelby GT 500, and Dodge could not allow that to happen. They needed to blow the socks off of that. And then in 2015 came the 2015 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat, featuring a 6.2 liter supercharged V8 producing 707 horsepower. Now, since then, Dodge has just been absolutely killing the horsepower game when it comes to comparing it to literally anything. Since then, they have come out with the fastest accelerating car in the world twice now, with the Dodge Demon, then the Dodge Demon 170. Those vehicles have near 900 horse. Actually, I think the 170 has over 1,000 horsepower now. Correct me if I'm mistaken. But they have the Hellcat Red Eyes, 797 horsepower. They've just been killing the horsepower gains. The sales have been coming in like nothing else. They are doing exceptionally well. But that still means that the early years of the Dodge Challenger, when it came back out and wasn't doing so hot, still have decently low production numbers. Now, the unit that we are actually looking at today is a numbered model because it is a first edition. Let's take a look at the dash here. This is actually number 3,724 out of 6,400 first edition SRTs that were sold. Now, what is cool about these first edition SRTs is there wasn't a ton of them made. From 2008 to 2014, there was never a ton of Challengers on the road. It was far less sold than the Camaro and the Mustang. but I still think that they're really cool. And since the Challenger gained so much popularity after 2015 with that Hellcat release, I believe that these are going to be big collector's items here soon, now that the Challenger is done for good, and this was the rebirth of the Challenger you might say. This generation of Challenger never did set any records. It never was the most luxurious car on the road. It never had some insane, crazy horsepower numbers, but it was really fast. It was a lot of fun. It's very near and dear to my heart. My dad used to have one, and I have a lot of memories behind the wheel of this generation of Dodge Challenger, and I do believe that they are going to be valuable assets one day. Now, if this isn't something that you guys are interested in coming in to check out, there's a link down in the description below, so come on down to Apple Valley Ford in Lincoln and check out this beautiful 2008 Dodge Challenger SRT. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video here on Apple Autos. I look forward to seeing you guys next time.